Time for the next move here. In the last video, I basically analyzed freedom of action in terms of two other concepts, possibility and choice. In the previous video, I talked about possibility, and I distinguished two different kinds of possibility, which leads to two different concepts of free will, epistemic free will and physical free will. And it turns out that, epistemically speaking, for all we know kind of free will, there seems to be a broad consensus that it is legitimate to ascribe this kind of free will to people. So the real contention seems to be about physical free will. Do we physically have free will or not? Well, before we talk about that, we need to talk about this other concept here, choice. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus in on choice. What does it actually mean to choose something? What is a choice? Okay, how would you even go about answering a question like that? Well, a neo-pragmatist dredge another tool out of their toolbox here, and that is linguistic analysis. Okay, neo-pragmatists have taken the linguistic turn. So here's how we would approach a situation like this. So what we do is we consider lots of situations. We get as many example situations as we can, and we listen to ourselves very carefully while we describe those situations. Okay, this is meant to enhance evoke a sense of intersubjectivity here. If you were describing a situation to somebody, what kind of words would you use? What kind of vocabulary would you need? This kind of thing. All right. So once we do this, we see if we can't pick up some clues from things we describe as either, being a choice or not being a choice. So let's talk about several examples here. The first thing I'm going to talk about is tremors and spasms. This is a clip of a Parkinson's tremor. This gentleman has Parkinson's disease. And as you can see, the tremor that is in his hand is not an action of his choice. We wouldn't describe this as being something he's choosing to do. His hand is just moving. So what is it that distinguishes between a choice and a non-choice here? This Parkinson's tremor is rather simple behavior. Is it mere complexity which determines whether something is a choice or not? One way of thinking about that is, what's the most complex behavior you can think of that you just can't describe as a choice? I thought about it, and here's what I came up with. It's kind of a newsy topic today. Heath Ledger was just found dead, and in his apartment was found this sleeping aid, Ambien, which has been in the news. I looked up a couple of really weird stories of people, reports that we've had about Ambien. Sleep eating. One woman reportedly gained 100 pounds. Every night she was going down to the refrigerator, raiding the fridge, and she was just wondering why she was gaining so much weight. And turns out she was sleep eating to the tune of 100 pounds. It's pretty amazing. Notice I'm giving references to where these stories were reported because some of them are just so bizarre. University of Minnesota researchers report 2 cases of people driving to the supermarket while asleep after taking Ambien. Now this just blows my mind. How in the world could it possibly be that while you're completely unconscious, while you're asleep, you could drive? Okay? So what do these instances tell us about choice, right? So can we describe these as being choices? Okay, did the woman choose to gain 100 pounds? No, the woman didn't choose to go down to the refrigerator and eat. Did the people choose to drive to the store? My intuition is to say no to all of these questions. This seems to be an example of extremely complex behavior, but it just doesn't seem to be a result of choice to me. Okay, now, so let's think about what choice is not for a while, right? Okay, notice what both of these reports have in common. A quest for food, kind of, right? Um, you know, choice is clearly not, since we're not going to describe these situations as being a result of choice, we're also committed to, okay, choice is not the satisfaction of an urge, right? Clearly, in both cases, they were hungry, right? Probably the ones that, went driving to the store, went down, looked in their fridge, and they didn't see what they wanted there, so they got in their car, and where are they going to find it? Well, at the grocery store, of course. So choice is not having and achieving a goal either, right? Choice is not planning. I mean, think about the complex actions that have to be taken there. You get up in the middle of the night, you go down to your fridge, you see there's not what you're looking for there, you go back upstairs, you get your keys, you go out to the car, you open the garage door, you close the garage door, you drive to the supermarket. All this stuff happening without any choice whatsoever. Very interesting. So let's put some more examples on the board here. I'm going to put, in the left column here, choices, in the right column, non-choices. Things I would describe as being a result of a choice would be getting married, buying a house, waving goodbye, driving carefully, things like this. And the other column is non-choices: reflexes, tremors, compulsive hand washing, getting hungry, getting sleepy. These things are not the result of reflective choice. So what's the difference here? Okay, think about it this way: an ambient fueled sleep driver has so much uh, very complex behavior that's here. Finding goals, getting goals, achieving purposes, all this kind of stuff. But yet we still wouldn't describe them as what they're doing as a result of a choice. What's missing? This video unfortunately is getting too long, so I'm going to have to postpone this till the next video. But while I'm putting up the next one, you might want to think about it. What is the difference really between a person awake who is driving to the store and a person who's asleep who's driving to the store?